So let me talk about the two things that I feel a lot of Aquarius struggle with. I have here the Page of Cups, a communication when it comes to our emotional state. This is messages of love, okay? And we have as well the Ace of Cups, big, big love coming into the picture. What these two cards denote to me is this is definitely the latter part of uh, because it's a water element, which is not a realm that you are comfortable in. It's also your neighboring sign. It's a sign adjacent to you. And in the Pisces energy, we are forced to confront and deal with a lot of emotions we have suppressed. And I feel like that specifically for you guys, that time period was a little bit like wobbly. And now that we're shifting into the element of fire, where people are very direct, where you're being very direct about how you feel about people, where you're communicating in a very blunt and direct way, where you have time, especially with the Mercury retrograde at the very beginning of the month, to really, really see a situation for what it is and to really make sense of it and to really understand things. You're coming out of this with a lot more clarity. So the spread itself is all about communication and all about, that the gestures of love. How does this other person feel about me? How do I feel about them, etc., etc. Okay. So you have a love here. You definitely carry a really big container of love, okay? Your emotions, it's on the offing and it's being made to another person is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like there is immense attraction between you and the other person. We have the Strength card, and this is a card about, especially in this deck, it's two people who are very different, okay? Two different species, two people that dwell from different environments. This is not so much about, lust and things like that. This is more about having a kindred connection with another person that you really, really, really trust. Okay? I mean, the lion can bite her at any time. And, God knows what she can do to the lion, right? Animals are very afraid of us. And when we encounter one another in the wild, it can be very unpredictable. Okay, we have like modern, weapons, and I feel like animals are just really, really afraid of us. But they're also they work on their instincts. They can smell fear. They're also really, really good at recognizing a good person and a bad person. So what I feel with this card is you might be dealing with somebody who is very much operating from the base chakra, and the base chakra deals with fight or flight responses. It deals with like the instincts, okay, the carnal instincts. So you're dealing with somebody who not only is there a lot of trust, there's like a great deal of trust. There's also this concept about like not having to communicate, okay? They're just looking at each other. And then this card, likewise, they're just looking at each other. Okay, so I feel like this sense of flirtatiousness where you can look at somebody across the room, they look at you, you look at them, and it's like instant chemistry. But the Seven of Coins is something that has been built up over time. So it's like attraction that has been built up over time. There's a lot of mutual respect that's built up over time. Okay, mutual respect of the other person towards you, of you towards the other person, is very mutually reciprocated. So you like their work ethics. They like your work ethics. You like the way they talk. They like the way you talk. You like the way they dress. They like the way you dress. So I feel like it's, reciprocal in a way where two people are definitely a very good match. So this Ace of Cups, emotions are overflowing. Okay, it's just like overflowing. It could stir up a lot of dormant emotions within you. It can also stir up a lot of dormant passion within you because you have suppressed a lot of it throughout your life, you have really, 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 really just like every time you feel something, it makes you uncomfortable, you suppress it, you push it further down. And I feel like you're dealing with somebody that stirs up a lot of these emotions, but the emotions are being released in a very good way. Okay, it's finding an outlet for something. It's being able to identify something. It's being able to kind of give something a name that you didn't know the name of before. Okay, so it's almost like being able to identify something and recognizing something that has been very elusive for you in the past. Okay, so I'm seeing this outpouring of emotions, and it's a lot of it is very, very positive. So we have here somebody is going to be beelining it for you. They're clearing their path in order to come towards you. And this is somebody that is they have a lot of suitors. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but look at all those love letters. This is someone who's also very hopelessly romantic. Okay, they've dated a lot. Okay, not that there's anything wrong with that. They were out there putting their heart out there, trying to find the right person that they feel is a good match for them. They might also be very, very career focused, that they might be a little bit emotionally underdeveloped. Okay, what that means to me is it's somebody that doesn't really express how they feel. It's somebody that, gets things done, but then let's not talk about it. They do whatever that needs to be done. And they don't have to, sit there and have these discussions and talk about feelings and, beat a dead horse, right? And that's right up your alley because the realm of emotions is uncomfortable for you. Unless you really know somebody really, really well, then you can open up. But even then, the depth in which you open up, you don't want to sit there and have like an hour-long conversation how to fix a relationship, how to repair things. It's not a good use of time in your book. And I feel like this person is right up your alley because they're the same way. Okay, they communicate facts and ideas. They don't communicate emotions. And I feel like there might have been if you're in a relationship with this person, there might have been a situation in the past where you felt like they didn't love you because they get things done. They don't sit there and talk about emotions. And so there might have been times in the past where you felt like the love wasn't there, or you felt like it was a practical relationship, where you felt like you needed more outpouring of love or more of a gesture towards you. You might have walked away from this person because of some misunderstanding regarding the give and take in the relationship. And I feel like they saw that and they didn't want you to, walk away. And I feel like belatedly they came back in and told you how they felt. And they gave you just enough to avert you walking away. And I feel like there's a lot more under the surface. Everything is very subterranean. There's a lot more under the surface, okay? This is like the practical responsibilities, how is your day? Doing the work to maintain a relationship. But underneath it is this really amazing outpouring of love that no one is talking about. And because you don't express how you feel, the other person felt like you don't need it. So they never express how they feel because, this is mirroring energy right here. But once you express how you feel, then there's this major, massive floodgate that opens and everything just overflows. And so you have to kind of reform the way in which you communicate with another person, okay? Sometimes we have to sit there and sit through that hour-long conversation about these really embarrassing, cheesy topics And it's uncomfortable, but we have to do it. It's kind of like, the necessary maintenance in a relationship. And then I'm also feeling as well, there's a situation here where you are attracted to another person that might already be involved. Okay. And you feel like this. This is somebody who's doing their own thing despite what everybody tells them. Your friends, your family might tell you, what are you doing? Why are you dating this person? Or why are you after this person? And the Aquarius person, the more someone tells you, like the more someone tries to control you, the more stubborn you get. The more someone tells you not to do something, the more you want to do it just to be rebellious. Okay, this is like heeding your own inner calling despite the opposition, despite what other people tell you. You have this deep innate sense of knowing that you know to be true. And it's almost like, I know this person is meant for me, and everyone around me could tell me, oh, they're not a good person, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to listen to it. You're going to listen to your own calling. Okay. We have as well the Three of Coins. Okay. So let me talk about this energy. There is a excuse me. There's a situation in your work environment where this energy is playing out. And I feel like there's a great deal of teamwork that's required in a work situation. And this came out in the first half of the month reading for you, Three of Pentacles, building something together, collaborating, everybody contributes so that the whole situation, it's like the cogs in the machine all have to work together in order to get the big machine up and running. Everyone needs to be where they're supposed to be. Everyone needs to contribute their equal share in order to move the situation along. Teamwork, collaboration. And you're coming to the realization too that as independent as you are, you might not have all the answers. And so the need to work as a team, the need to share resources, and the need to share ideas, it's something that you're learning for this latter part of March. It began at the beginning of March, but you're really seeing the merits in it. Okay. You're really beginning to see that I don't have to stubbornly do something just because everyone told me not to. Maybe they're telling me not to, mainly because it can create a lot of discord and chaos in an environment. And I need to be a little bit more sensitive to it, and more sensitive to other people's needs, and more not complacent, but compliant with everybody else's needs and everybody else's expectations. It's not you conforming, or it's not you, what is the word? Settling. It has nothing to do with settling or, doing something just to go with the crowd. It has nothing to do with that. It is you coming into this sense of being loved, where you feel like, you know what? If everybody else is there looking out for my interests, I need to also look out for their interests. So you're definitely holding the people very, very close to your heart. And you're at a point where you're able to open up. You're not rebellious anymore. You're collaborating, you're cooperating, and you're not trying to make things difficult for other people anymore. In the past, you might have been that, elusive crab, okay? Everyone wants a piece of you. And because of that elusiveness, it makes you really, really highly sought after, because everyone wants to capture that one thing that they can't possess. But now you're at a point where you're just like, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm in a safe environment. I don't need to, burrow myself in the sand, avoid people, and make things so hard for myself. I'm not in survival mode anymore. I've found a safe environment where I can express myself, where everybody is working towards greatness together. I don't need to, be in that space where I have to be on the defense, where I have to be, 3 or 4 or 5 steps ahead of the game. And so I feel like you're thrust into a higher vibrational environment here. And you feel it. You weren't sure before. You feel it now. And so you definitely can cooperate. However, I do feel like there's somebody in your environment that a lot of people might not like. There's somebody who's a little bit of a problematic child in the work environment, okay? They do things their way and they might be a little bit inconsiderate. And I feel like you work really, really well with this person. I feel this person is like difficult, but you work really well with this person for whatever reason. You do your thing, they do theirs. And so you work really well with them. Their energy doesn't aggravate you, and in a way, their quirkiness makes you tolerant or makes you understanding of them because you yourself are very quirky. So this person is not an oddball in your book. This person is pretty unique and pretty cool in your eyes. And so as a result of it, you work really well with this person, even though a lot of people might not. And so I definitely feel you reaching out and bringing this person into the fold so that other people can see the beauty in them that you see. Okay, so I see you doing this for somebody that might have been ostracized by other people, either in their friendships circles or their professional circle, or even they're just a little bit rough around the edges and emotionally underdeveloped. And you're very patiently sanding away their imperfections and making them into something that is like more presentable. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. And I feel for some of you, this is a romantic interest. And then for others, it's somebody in your work environment who's really, really difficult, rough around the edges, kind of inconsiderate too, but they haven't been made aware of their actions. And I feel like your attention and your kindness and your capability of overlooking all of their very visible flaws, you see the goodness in them and you're able to bring that out. You're able to bring your best to them, and then as a result, they're able to see the goodness within themselves, and then their defenses kind of go down. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. I have a very strong Leo energy. This might be a Leo, somebody with strong Leo. So I'm feeling as well air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Let me talk to you about this air sign, and then water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The problematic element might be more fire or earth, okay? So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. But let me talk about this other thing that's coming through. So we have an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. This is the evolution of somebody. You're seeing somebody grow. You're watching them. You've known them for quite some time, and you've seen a major transformation in them. Okay, so this is like the process of maturation and the process of growing up. Okay, so you're watching somebody, and this could very well be you. This could, if you're not dealing with an air sign, sun, moon, or rising, this could be your energy. But what I see is we have a person that might have been very hot-headed, okay? Hot-headed in the things that they say. They might have just rushed in, not have explained themselves. They did things and never explained themselves. And as a result of it, people see them like this. People are just like, this person's kind of strange, kind of odd, kind of weird. But then they have really good intentions. They want to fix problems. They want to make a situation harmonious for everybody else. But they're so independent and such a maverick that they never feel the need to explain themselves. And so I feel like over time, you've seen a major transformation in this person. They've mellowed out. They've learned to communicate properly. They've learned to explain their actions and their motives. They've learned to even, not shoot off at the hips. So the swords are, you know, front facing. Now the swords are kind of on the ground. Okay, this person is not resisting or fighting you anymore. And I also feel like you yourself might not be resisting and fighting this person anymore. So it's like a mirroring type of an energy. This person really, really likes your quirkiness, and they like your stick-to-itiveness. They like your drive, your ambition. They like the fact that you are your own person. You trailblaze. You don't follow the herd. So they really, really like a lot of things about you. And I feel in a way, you know, they like they like you because you're unique and because you're very, very honest and very truthful, and you say things because because it's the truth, and you don't really care about how people perceives what you say. So I feel like, you know, you're very authentic, and they really appreciate that and they really admire that. I see you really liking this person. Okay. I'm drawn to this bird here. The bird bringing a little gift to its owner. Okay, and the owner looks a little bit smug, but I feel like this person is definitely there's definitely an attraction, a love. I feel like it's not just physical attraction. It runs very, very deep. It's very subterranean. Unspoken love. Okay, and it's akin to, you know how sometimes you feel really, really strongly for a person, right? And you're just like, I really like that person. And then one day you wake up and you're just like, wow, I really love that person. Like recognizing love after many, many months, after many, many years, recognizing that what it is I'm in love with this person. So I feel many of you are coming to that realization, like, I really love this person. I really want to be with this person. I definitely have been fighting the whole concept of marriage, institutionalized marriage, something that society expects of me, but, you know, I never saw the merit in it before. And then fighting the cooperation and the collaboration, and fighting the attraction and fighting the feelings. And you just come into this month where you're just like, this is what I'm really feeling. You're aware, you're made aware of your emotions. It has a lot to do with the retrograde energy. Okay, it has a lot to do with that. Mercury retrogrades are times where we can internally problem solve, and especially for you guys, during this whole, you know, Piscean period, you were forced to face head on your emotions. You were forced to deal with these really uncomfortable topics and these emotions that have been stirred up within you. And now you're able to accept things for what they are, and you stop fighting it, which is really good, Aquarius. I'm glad to see that for you. On the other hand, we have here a water sign. And this is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. This is somebody that is really, really waiting for you. They're just like in constant wait. Okay, they're made to wait. They're always waiting, and their love is very, very pure.